to our predicted lineup for the big game against Nottingham Forest this weekend. Without further ado, let's get into the team news.
Yes, so a lot of team news going into this game. So Solanke is a doubt going into this game, but he said he should be fit. Conor Gallagher was on the bench and against Atletico with some illness, but he is, I think, available for this weekend. He's asked about Kudus. He's going to be back in 10 days' time. Bentancur is edging back. He said Maddison is going to be potentially available before the end of the season. So Tottenham's injury worries are easing. Udogie and Bergvall both playing their part in midweek as well, with some minutes off the bench, so they will be available for this weekend. I don't know whether they'll start or not. So yeah, look, some good news coming. And Vicario has a hernia problem, but he is going to be available before surgery on Sunday, and he will be playing through the pain.
So it looks as though from that list, Odebear, Ben Davis probably, and Kulusevski. Apart from then, we'll probably see everyone before the end of the season.
Yeah, sounds like it, which is good.
Yeah. All right, well, let's get into it. I mean, the formation on Wednesday night, what was it? 4-2-3-1 or 4-4-2?
Yeah, it was like a bit of a 4-4-2 with like Tel and Xavi kind of interchanging, wasn't it?
Do you think it'll be something similar? Do you think he'll go 4-2-3-1, or I think it will be 4 at the back?
Yeah, I think he'll keep it. I think it worked. I think we want to go at this Forest side, so yeah, I think he'll keep it. But what the makeup of that back forwards, you go with the same. I think obviously Vicario we know is starting.
Yeah, that's all but confirmed. So Vicario's definitely starting in goal, and I think Pedro Porro started like right midfield last game, ish.
Yeah, it was weird when it looked like wing back, and then definitely in the second half he was definitely playing right wing for sure and part. But you look at the heat maps, it does definitely look like a back four with Dragoshin at right back.
Yeah.
So does he do that again? Does he move Porro back and then go with, because he's got Richarlison back now?
Well, I think first and foremost, Kuti and Mickey at the two centre backs.
Yeah, for sure. So they're definitely going to come in. Even though obviously we weren't here to talk about it, but Dragoshin and Danso played there against Liverpool, and we seem to have one of our better defensive displays of the season, which
yeah, it's true.
Take any conclusions out of that what you like. But obviously against Atletico, both Kuti and Mickey started, and they had all right games.
Yeah. Doggy is back, but I don't think he's going to start.
Yeah, I think
he looked very rusty.
Soon,
yeah.
I think unless he goes Spence and Udogie with Porro on right wing potentially.
I've got a feeling he's going to stick with Dragoshin at right back. I really do.
I mean, but I feel like he took the first opportunity to take him off. He took him off and then what did he do? Put Spence there, didn't he?
He put Dragoshin. He brought Udogie on.
I reckon maybe he does that. Maybe he goes with that.
I think he starts with Dragoshin and does it again and takes him off fairly early and brings on Udogie. But I could be wrong.
I think he as soon as he could take Dragoshin off, he did.
He did, but I agreed. He did, but the reality is I don't think Udogie's ready just yet.
Sousa's there.
Sousa as well.
You could play Sousa left and
it's true because Sousa wasn't in the squad for
You could do
Sousa
that.
started at Anfield as well. Yeah.
Started right wing at Anfield.
Yeah, go Sousa and Spence. I think it's going to be Sousa and Spence. You're right.
Spence.
Yeah.
Like that. And then along
So Porro right wing.
Porro right wing.
I think for sure Archie Gray. He's got to play.
Yep. I think he keeps it. Gray and Spence and Sarr.
Yeah, Sarr wasn't great midweek, but he did okay.
I think he did all right. I think Gray was definitely the standout. I thought Sarr was fine.
I don't think Bergval's fit enough.
The option, yeah, Bergval's, Gallagher. He came.
Bergval looked very rusty when he came on. I think he's going to need a bit of time. He'll see some minutes off the bench, which will be valuable for him. But yeah, I do agree. I think it's going to be Pape.
I think it'll be Pape.
Connor's just not getting a look in at the moment.
Well, he was ill.
Yeah, it's true.
He was ill on Wednesday.
It's likely he plays.
Yeah, I think if there's any doubt about him recovering from that illness, he only played 20 minutes on Wednesday.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think he'll start.
So I think it'll be Tell on the left.
I think so. I think he had a pretty good game on Wednesday. And although there was some moments where if he just made the right decision, you know, we could have been 2-0 up.
The thing is with Tell, like, he runs around a lot and he's good at pressing and stuff like that, but he does frustrate the life out of me sometimes because his decision making can be a bit off at times, and his application sometimes in the final third needs to get a little bit better.
But he's still only 20, isn't he?
No, for sure.
And some of the moments he had the real beating of their, was it Lorente? Or I can't remember who was playing right back for them, but he had the beating of him so many times. I was like, wow, it was really incredible to see.
Only bloody squared that ball to Archie.
That's the thing, yeah. That was a big moment. He had a couple of good efforts from 25 yards as well, which forced saves up the keeper. Like, he seems to be growing in confidence week on week, which is good. I think he's playing well at the moment.
And that leaves our front two, and I think Solanke will be on the bench, so I think it's going to be Moani and Richarlison.
So no Javi?
Oh, Javi's got to play, actually.
Javi's got to play. Do we maybe think, well, does Moani go on the right, maybe?
It could easily be Porro at right back.
And Spencer left back, with Moani off the right.
Yeah.
With Javi and Rishi up front. Could be that. He's got to play Javi. Does he not play Moani, maybe? Just go Javi and Rishi.
Or Rishi and Javi off the left.
And no Tell.
No, Tell and Richie up top.
Tell and Richie up top and Javi off the left.
The thing is, Moani started like every game for Tudor.
Didn't start at Anfield though.
Not at Anfield, but I think he was like...
Came on at Anfield and did very well. But we had no option but to start him on Wednesday, but he did score.
I think Javi...
He did play pretty well, actually.
Javi for sure is starting this game, for sure.
After that game against Atletico, he has to start. So I think Richie will definitely start because he had a really good game at Anfield. But then Moani had a very good game on Wednesday. But we also going to need some players off the bench. Can't start everyone.
I think he's going to go with this lineup here. What you're showing.
Yeah.
That's the one I want him to go with if we're going to play this formation. Have Javi dropping in a little bit as like a false nine, number 10-ish kind of player. Richarlison up top. Like a 4-4-1-1 kind of thing.
4-4-1-1 exactly, and he kind of had Tell and Javi kind of interchanging. Sometimes Javi was on the left, sometimes Tell was on the left, and they're both kind of suited to that role. I think it worked pretty well on Wednesday, and then you got Rishi up front, get those crosses into him, and then you got Moani and Solanke off the bench to come on, and Bergvall as well, and the doggy, who I think will probably get half an hour. Yeah,
exactly. So you're looking at all of a sudden there are options off the bench in most positions. I think Pedro Porro in this position, I mean, a lot of people have been clamouring for it for ages.
Porro right wing, yeah.
Porro right wing. And I've never understood why it wouldn't work because he's just got such good delivery if you get him further up the pitch. He's got that quality. He's got that X factor.
But he's not a winger.
No, he's not a winger, yeah.
So I think he can work. I think he can work if you get players around him so he doesn't have to dribble at players. And so he gets. I don't think he can really make space for himself. He kind of needs space he made for him, kind of thing. Like you get him one-on-one with the defender, you don't really expect him to beat him.
Yeah, but the thing is,
get him in space.
If you get him in those positions, like he could play that early cross.
Yeah.
And that early cross is so valuable, so valuable. And if you get someone like Javi linking up with him with a little touch and move and pass and goes, like you can get Porro around the back. You know, you can get Porro in all sorts of dangerous problems. He doesn't have to continually take on his man if he's playing on the wing.
No,
there are so many different ways that he can hurt the opposition.
Chris Benoit says Danso for Sousa, Richie for Tell. What Richie's in? Danso for Sousa. What Danso left back or Van der Ven on the left and Danso? No, I don't think so. I mean, I wouldn't mind that.
I would like to see that.
I wouldn't mind that, to be honest. If we're going to go forward the back. If Van der Ven's a fullback and not a wing back, I wouldn't mind that at all.
I would love to see it. I just don't think we're going to see it. And I think we'll see this. I do think this is going to be the team.
All right. This is it.
The only thing I question is him not starting Moani because I feel like there's a good chance Moani starts.
Yeah, I wonder where it would be unless he goes right wing and shifts Porro back to right back. I think other than that, unless he doesn't start Xavi, but he has to start Xavi after Wednesday. He has to. He was so good.
Yeah. I mean, the dead certs in this team, Vicario, Van de Ven,
Unless
Romero,
Richie's not a dead cert to start, but
Gray.
he goes Moani.
Yeah. All right, look, let's go for this, and we'll see how we go. But this is the lineup that we're going to go for. We're going to go for a 4-4-2 or 4-4-1-1 with Vicario in goal, Jed Spencer at right back, Sousa at left back, Romero, Van de Ven in the centre-back positions, Porro on the right wing, Tell on the left wing, Archie Gray and Pape in the two central midfield spots, Xavi in the 10 and Richarlison up top. Score prediction.
We're going to win. We're going to win. I'm confident. I probably wouldn't have said that a week ago, but you know what? From what I've seen from Tottenham over the last week or so, it's given me hope. It really has. And Tudor seems to be getting a tune out of them, and he seems to get them playing a bit more football. We're creating a lot more chances over the last two games. That's the main thing for me. We look creative, we look dangerous, we look confident.
And there's been two difficult games as well, like against
games.
Two good opposition, you know what I mean?
So I'm going 2-1.
Yeah, I went 2-1 as well. I think last couple of games, Tudor seems to have gotten into them, and Tudor seems to be getting a tune out of them, and it has to carry on into this game. If we get a win in this game, that's going to be the springboard to us staying up for sure. And I'll be very confident if we win this game that we're going to stay up. So we seem to have found something at just the right time, haven't we, in this season, just to stay in this division.
And it's just with it's just so Tottenham, isn't it? We lose to Palace, we lose 5-2 to Atletico. You're thinking this team has lost all belief. No one cares. No one. Blah blah blah. We go to Anfield, where even when we're good, we lose and we probably get battered. Even when we're playing well, and you're thinking no chance. It's just going to be a matter of how much. And that was the game. We turned it around and we get a point and we show some fight. We, especially given the lineup we had in that game and we've had for the last few weeks. That was the game we somehow showed up and got a point out of, and then we fought.
And we could have got more.
We could have got more. We backed up with the win against Atletico, which was, in hindsight, those slips in Madrid really cost us. And now you're looking at that and thinking, if we didn't slip, maybe we could have actually gone through in that tie. But we won that game, played really well, and all of a sudden we got some momentum behind us. Now, we won in the Champions League. It was our first win since December, amazingly, in any game. But we still haven't won in the league. So, as much as there's a good feeling, we need to get that monkey off our back. We need to win. We need to get 3 points on Sunday, and to really convince everyone that this relegation, we will be pulling away from it. We need to get 3 points on Sunday. That would be real evidence of a turnaround, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. So look, we're both going for 2-1. We're both going to be there at the game, and hopefully for the people that are going, line those streets, create that atmosphere, and support the team through thick and thin right till the end at that final whistle, and we'll be there for it. But let's just swiftly